Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Waynesville Lady Tiger Volleyball. I'm Mike Rawlings. Along with me tonight is Matt Johnson. Matt, Lebanon Lady Yellowjackets roll into town tonight on Pink Out Night. Folks, don't adjust your TV at home. There's a lot of pink out there where we're used to seeing orange and black. For a little bit of Central Ozark Conference action tonight.
Well, absolutely. You say Central Ozark Conference action as you see the starting lineups here being announced for the Lady Yellowjackets first. But our first rematch here on the season for the old Ozark Conference, a longtime foe and friend and rival here in the Yellowjackets. And, Coach, we're not Tigers versus Tigers for the first broadcast this year.
That is correct. First time all year long it's not Tigers versus Tigers. And you're right, Matt. We've talked about this before. Everybody we've broadcast up to this point has been brand new to us. A lot of these Lady Yellow Jackets have seen play volleyball, we've seen play basketball, and we see them in the spring under the direction of Coach Shane Redmond.
Absolutely. I think Coach Redmond has a personal interest in this game.
He does have a little personal interest in this game tonight.
Senior Addie Redmond having one whale of a season over there for the Lady Yellowjackets.
And a little sneak preview here. Coach Redmond's been doing a little volleyball broadcasting on his own for the Yellowjackets. We're going to try to get him on the air with us tonight, Matt.
We've got this extra headset here. I don't know why he wouldn't. And we have the sportsmanship here, Coach. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago when we were doing these broadcast games. In the COVID and the years after COVID, it was stand and wave across the court. We're back to slapping fives and ready to get this one going.
Felt like if you said slapping fives and kissing babies would have like rolled there, but.
Well, as far as I know, none of these young ladies are running for political office.
Well, let's hope not.
Well, and Coach, I was checking the math the other day. We still have 12 years until your official run for president. You know, we've talked all these years that in 2036, Mike Rawlings runs for U.S. president. So it seems like it was 15, 20 years ago when we started that campaign and the movement. I mean, I know you've been campaigning since high school, but it's getting a little closer, just 12 short years away before they can vote for president for Mike Rawlings.
Wow. And that's I don't know. I think we're going to have to clear that with Liz a little bit more because she's really
she'd probably prefer if you just call her the future First Lady.
The future First Lady.
We're underway. Lebanon has first serve. And as you said, Coach, a lot of pink on the floor. Pushed across. That one's going to fall right in between. So Lebanon's going to get on the board here early with the first point. Back to serve for the Lebanon Lady Yellowjacket. That's going to be number 11, Lily Waterman. Gets this one across. Dug out by Zeta on the near side. Spike up top.
Oh, nice job there by
Elena Barkley.
Oh, Matt, you've got the natives restless out there.
Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Former TTSN Sports Fan of the Year, Angie Pills, wasn't in on the ground level of this. I feel like she should know all about the presidential run for Mike Rawlings. All right, the point inside out brings it over to Waynesville, and that's going to be junior Madison Mulholland back to serve for the Lady Tigers. Dugout on the far side, set to Lady Yellowjackets, Addie Redmond, who we mentioned coming on. A nice, strong hit from that top side. The Lady Tigers not able to reset there. Shifting into the game, looks like Kaylee Uter coming into the game for the Lady Yellowjackets. Lena Barkley, dig there. Jaylee sets that one back in, and Mulholland just going to push it across for a free ball. Now a little back set at the net.
Ooh, nice job.
Nice dig right there, Miss Mulholland. Lebanon keeps it alive. Redmond.
Another nice dig by Mulholland.
And Taylor Miller laces one across right there. So point inside out moves back. And Elena Barkley going to be back to serve for the Lady Tigers. Oh, little quick tip right at the net, and we see that.
Put that right into the hole of that Tiger defense.
Well, Durbin makes a nice play right there with that little quick tip, because you saw Addie Redmond coming towards the net. The Tigers setting up for a block right there. Durbin makes that quick push across, and point inside out moves back over to the Lady Yellowjackets. Set, Taylor Miller drives that one strong. Set, and Redmond gets it down off a Lady Tiger out of bounds, so point. And keeping serve is going to be Durbin for the Yellowjackets. Kinley Barkley. Set, Taylor Miller.
And that's in. Just
nice.
On that line, on that far side, Matt, ties his score up at 4.
And we're going to get a sub. Looks like Callie McCall going to be checking into the game for the Lady Tigers. Sorry. Mansipit back to serve for the Lady Tigers. Hits the top of that net, falls back onto our side. And that's going to push Redmond back to serve for Lebanon. Checking into the game for the Lady Yellowjackets, going to be number 16, Riley Jackson. She'll move in and play that front line over there at the far corner. And they're going to say that one's in. It was right over there on that line.
Well, my question, was that in or did it hit the Kinley's foot over there?
Coach, I've got my reading glasses, but they don't see that far. They don't see that far.
Well, that's the reason they're called reading glasses, Matt. That's why I need to get you on the trifocals.
Oh, that sounds like a good way to get dizzy and fall down. Mansipit sets down here to the bottom side. Kinley Barkley, nice hit dug out by Redmond, Lebanon on that back line. Mansipit, a little back set this time to McCall. Nice block at the net by Taylor Miller.
There we go.
Kinley Barkley gonna finish. And that'll move Kinley Barkley back to serve for the Lady Tigers. Nice strong serve. And it's just going to be a free ball over to the Lady Tigers. Mansipit sets Miller on the front line. Dug out. Another little short tip. Lady Tigers able to catch. And we're going to have Lebanon. Is that Lebanon in the net there?
Yeah, I believe that is correct. Tie us up here at 6.
So that'll keep Barkley back at serve. Ooh, nice strong serve right there, Kinley Barkley. Little heat on that one.
Oh man, I got a feeling Kinley'd like to have a few shots at serving to you too. Maybe we talked about Elena doing that. Maybe Kinley wants a.
Well, I think maybe we've upset her, and I sure don't want laser beams like that coming at me. I'm more of a frontline guy. You going to set that up? I can still jump pretty good for an old guy. You put it up high, I like my odds at the net. Oh, nice strong hit right there. Kinley Barkley. Diving attempt right there by Lebanon's libero. Helton not able to do anything with it, so that's going to give the Lady Tigers 2-point edge, and we've got a timeout.
By Lebanon here. Matt, we haven't mentioned anybody out there watching us in TV land. We're got the map up still. It's actually not up in here. It's up at the football.
But I've got a place to write it down we can move it Friday night.
That's right. The Magic, Tim Wallace sticky notes that go up on the map. If you're watching us from out there somewhere TV land and you check in from a state that we don't have, we'll get you up on the map Friday night. Speaking of that, Matt, Friday night we're going to be back on the air for Tiger football as Nixa rolls into town Friday night. So
state-ranked Nixa Eagles gonna make their way up 44. And, Coach, I know we've seen a few key members of that team during track season, but all the video I've seen, all the research I've done is we have one whale of a football team coming in here Friday night. Set at the net right there, Taylor Miller.
Puts that one home.
Kinley Barkley, another nice strong serve. Set down here to the bottom.
Oh.
I'm just going to find
right
that.
on the line.
Yeah. And that's going to put libero Sailor Helton back to serve for the Lady Yellowjackets. Kinley Barkley over to Zeta Mansipit. Taylor Miller, nice strong rip. And we're going to be in the net there.
Matt, that one, she was on the other side.
Yeah.
She went under the net and went on the other side.
I think maybe.
And with both teams in pink, you got to
right,
be aware of that.
I think that's part of the strategy. If you both wear pink, then maybe they won't notice.
That's right.
But there's different pinks. And I know, Mike, with your extensive background in painting and colors, you can probably explain a little bit about the difference in pinks we're seeing right here.
The Lady Tigers from Waynesville are wearing victory pink.
Victory pink.
Victory pink. That's what we call that.
See, this one reminds me a little bit more of like the 80s neon pink. Like back when we were alive in the 1900s.
The 1800s?
No,
wow.
1900s, Coach Rollins. We're not that old.
Well, that was probably, that pink right, that bright pink's probably the trim on your parachute pants, I would guess.
Oh, back to those Miami Vice nights.
That's right.
All right, so that's going to put Jaylee Geddes back to serve for Waynesville. Oh, nice serve right there. Addie Redmond not able to dig that one out. Pushes Waynesville to a 4-point edge here in match number 1. Little set to the middle right there. Lady Tigers able to corral it, and right back over it goes. That's going to be Elena Barkley. And we saw this last game, Coach Rawlings. Jaylee get on a little run back there at service. Set right there, and that's going to be way out of bounds. And, Coach, we've talked about this. You get on a little run, momentum in volleyball sometimes, and right now the Lady Tigers up by 6. Redmond digs that one out, a little quick tip at the net, but.
Well, Matt, we talk about that, and that's where the timeouts are used, but Lebanon used that timeout early. It didn't stop the Tiger momentum.
No.
And so it kind of handcuffs you as a coach. You only get 2.
Geddes once more. This one a little further, dug out by Redmond. We'll set on the near side. Geddes going to set Mansipit up there. She comes.
Oh.
I like the thought,
yes,
though, coming down that net. Everybody on the Lebanon side moving across the floor right there.
If that gets across the net, it just bounces aimlessly, and we take another point. That I do. We had a great angle on that.
We did. You could see exactly what she saw. All right, that's going to put Waterman back to serve for Lebanon. Kinley Barkley, diving effort right there. Gets it back across, Coach. That's out of bounds, but that's a heck of an effort just to get that one back up and over the net. So Waterman stays at serve. Lady Tigers on top right now, 15-10 here in game number 1. Woo! Madison Mulholland.
Well, that was Elena.
Oh, was that Elena?
Yeah, that was Elena Barkley. That's one of those. I'm sitting here thinking you're just hitting it back over and giving it to him. Elena's, no, none of that.
Put a little speed on that one. Mulholland, nice strong serve right there. Lady Yellowjackets able to get it back across. Geddes set to the near side, and Kinley Barkley rips that one across. So Mulholland will keep serve for Waynesville. That one's going to be into the net and down, so point and side out moves over to Lebanon. Dropping back to serve should be Cadence Buttram. Buttram gets it across, dug out by Taylor Miller. A little back set by Geddes. Barkley at the net. Woo! And that'll move Elena Barkley right back to serve.
And there was definitely some heat on that one, too.
A little back set and a tip. Oh, nice play right there by Redmond. Gets the Lady Tigers up on that front line for the block, and that little soft touch over the front line.
Nice soft touch there by Redmond, but very high up in the air.
Yes.
We watch her high jump in the spring, so we know she can get up in the air.
There's a reason that young lady was on the state podium last spring.
Yes, there is.
Woo! Another hot shot from this side. Lady Yellowjackets get a hand on it, but Coach, that's above all of the fans over there. So that'll move it over, and Mansipit's going to go back to serve for Waynesville.
Oh, just that. Oh, man.
That's one of those that, Coach, if that's baseball, you got to swing at that one. That one's going to be too close to take. But Lady Yellowjackets do a nice job, lay off of that one, and that's going to move Redmond back to serve. Oh, little miss hit right there for the Lady Tigers. Going to trim the Waynesville lead to 5 here, 19-14. Redmond keeps serve for Lebanon. Mulholland, Mansipit, a little tip at the line. McCall, a little miss hit right there, not able to get that one across.
Yeah, I think Callie was going for that little just over the top shot. And
Mansipit, a little back set right there to Kinley Barkley. Put some sting on it, but the Lady Yellowjackets able to get it across. Nice diving save by Kinley Barkley. Strong hit by Elena from the back line. And this one's going to be long.
Give the Lady Tigers a 20-15 lead here in game number 1.
Riley Jackson, that time Lebanon gets a real strong hit on it, but just a little flat on the angle, and that one soars long. Back set right there.
Nice
Dug out
job
by Waynesville.
2 Lady Tigers on the ground right there. That's going to be another point for the Lady Tigers.
Sailor Hilton giving it all she could on that back line right there, but
we're going to get a timeout from the Lady Yellowjackets here. The Tigers up 21-15 in game 1. Matt, nice job here in the early goings by the Lady Tigers.
Absolutely, and I love the energy, the excitement they're bringing right from that first game. We saw our last time here on the air, the Lady Tigers dropped the first 2 games against Carthage, and then, Coach, we got fired up and went right down to the end of the fifth game, and just seemed like it took a little while to kind of get things clicking that night. Lady Tigers look like we're clicking right off the bat here.
That is exactly right. And I don't know, in all of our years of doing volleyball, I don't know that I've ever had more people talk about that game from the other night that just flipping around on Facebook. We were on the air for a long time playing 5 games, but flipping around and they found it and talked about the resilience, the way we just kept
Oh,
on.
absolutely. Oh, nice little. Oh, what a save by Lebanon right there. Mansipit's going to set to the middle. Taylor Miller pushes it across. Dug out. Redmond's going to back set right there.
It's still alive.
Still alive. What a volley here, Coach. Both sides doing a fantastic job. High. Mansipit going to set the bottom.
Oh,
that one's going to go a little long. And, Coach, we were talking about Lebanon, and Coach Redmond, of course, one of our favorite people from Lebanon, but, Coach, I'm seeing a few other guys that we like pretty well here from down in Lebanon. Mr. Craig Blair, Mr. Jeremy Thornhill tuning in from down the road, I'm guessing, tonight.
Well, and Coach Moni Wood checking in.
We like a lot of people from Lebanon, Coach.
Well, we do.
Ooh, nice block right there at the net for Lebanon. Back set to McCall this time.
Oh.
I think McCall got a step across.
Just got underneath the net there. Did that right in front of the official, too.
Yeah. Not good to do at any time, but when you can reach out and touch the official, they're going to see that one. All right, serves over for Helton. Push back across Miller. A little back set this time. Dug out on that back row.
Oh!
Tipped right back down. And that front line, that's going to be Buttram. She knocks that one down. And, Coach, now I think the Lady Tigers want a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Amber Barkley's going to call her first timeout on the evening here.
The Lady Tigers rip off 3 pretty quick right there. And we've talked time and again about that run of momentum. Lady Tigers just need 4 here to put game number 1 away. I think just want to slow this little run by Lebanon down.
And I think that's probably about all that was talked about right there.
Right. So you see the Lady Tigers, and of course we saw that the other night in those later games when Waynesville came back against Carthage. When we were clicking, timeout was called, we were in the huddle, coach talked to them, and boom, they were right back on the floor ready to go. And you love that excitement, that buzz that's out there when you're ready to get right back after it, like, all right, let's get right in it.
Coach, our nightly check-in with Coach Stone, they're headed back. She's probably riding on a bus somewhere watching the Lady Tiger volleyball.
Sailor Helton still serve for Lebanon. It's going to be Kinley Barkley on the back side. Taylor Miller, woo!
Nice save there by the Yellowjackets.
And it's going to be a free ball over to the Lady Tigers. Mansipit's going to set down here to Mulholland. Redmond. Back across it comes. Nice block right there at the net for the Lady Tigers. Set to the top. Ball still alive.
It's still alive. Oh, they're going to say it was a lift. They're going to say it was a lift underneath there. Nice volley, both sides right there. Keeping that ball alive.
So Helton once more. Mansipit, a little back set to Taylor Miller.
Oh,
going to be just a little bit long right there. Right idea and a lot of heat on that one. But, Coach, I'll look up there, and it's a 1-point game now. Lady Yellowjackets have cut it to a 1-point edge. Helton once more. Barkley with the dig. Mansipit to set. Mulholland hit across, dug out by Redmond on the far side. Set up top. And that's that little push across.
There was right down the net. Taylor Miller serving for the Lady Tigers.
Redmond with the dig. Set. Mansipit looking for Mulholland.
Oh, just
a little long. And going to have a substitution over there for Lebanon. Checking back into the game is going to be Kaylee Uter. And Uter will go back to serve. Nice strong serve across. Taylor Miller. Mansipit now. Barkley at the net. And they're going to be off the wire. Point to Waynesville.
Yes, there we go. I like that call. I was a little concerned about what that call was going to be.
Well, you had the Lebanon went up for a block, and I think the ball came off of the block into the wire there. That's going to move Jaylee Geddes back to serve once more for Waynesville. Waynesville looking for 2 points here. Geddes set down here to the corner. Quick little tip, blocked at the net. There's one.
There's one of them. 24-21.
And Coach Stone confirming, headed back from Springfield tonight.
Well, you know what? Watching a little Lady Tiger volleyball action make time go by quicker on that bus.
Well, that and eating the Buc-ee's barbecue sandwich.
I'm sure she's probably, if they haven't already been, I'm sure she's pulled over there anyway.
Nice hit. Lebanon able to handle it. Right at the net, tipped down, and that's going to be long.
That's long. That's going to be game one to the Lady Tigers of Waynesville. 25-21. Matt, you know what that means it's time for?
A TTSN Sports Update?
It's time for a TTSN Sports Update. This TTSN Sports Update is brought to you by the TigerTV Facebook page. TigerTV Facebook. For all the news, it is news. Right here in Tiger Town. Matt, you know who likes TigerTV Facebook page?
Well, since we're playing Lebanon, I think we have to go with our resident Lebanon hero, Coach Shane Redmond.
You are exactly right. Coach Redmond has to literally hide his love for the Tiger TV Facebook page being over Lebanon, and we totally understand that.
Well, the good news is Coach Redmond probably wears a T-shirt over that big TTSN Sports tattoo that he wears.
That is factually correct. He does not want to get caught with that over Lebanon. And guess what? Joining us right now, Matt, is Coach Redmond up here in the TTSN Sports Suite.
Great to be here.
I'm going to guess, Matt, I'm just going to throw that out there and guess that Coach Jeremy Thornhill probably wasn't expecting he was going to listen. He just checked in with us. He didn't think he was going to be listening to Coach Redmond tonight.
Well, what's up, Coach Thornhill?
My guess is that's probably a surprise, but with a guy like Shane Redmond, does anything surprise you?
Well, no, because we've talked about this. He's been calling some games for the Yellowjackets.
I have indeed. Not very well, but not like you guys.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, one thing about it is once you get started, you can't stop.
It's just a flow state, right?
It pretty much is. 'Cause I think I'm on year 28.
That's pretty good. That's legend status. I'm on like game 3.
Now, when it's really nice is when we're doing football and it's raining or it's cold or some of that. It's really nice then that you're calling the game on TV.
That would be nice. I have not yet got to do that.
Well, I'd say that's in your future if I had to guess.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Well, Coach, first game not going the way you were wanting it to go.
No, it didn't go the way I was hoping.
But got to be pretty pleased with Waynesville gets a little lead right there. Lebanon goes on a run, makes that one real close at the end.
Yeah, these girls, I've watched them grow up. There's no quit in them. That's for sure.
That's going to be Addie Redmond just out of bounds right there on that one. But, Coach, she brings that arm down with some authority over there.
She's not afraid to swing.
Now, here's my question. We've debated, we've talked a little bit about this, like to benefit charity maybe.
Okay.
Just going to be out.
You let Elena or Addie for you give you 10 serves, full speed serves.
Okay.
How many are you digging out on that other side?
0.
Okay.
0. I've done this before. 0 is the answer.
I was getting ready to say, Matt,
Yeah.
I'm going to bet he's got some experience on this where you don't.
Yeah, 0 is the answer. It's
not
going to happen.
We were just talking because –
see, I think that if you give me 10 for each person, so a total of 60, I think I could get 1 out of 60.
We were just going 10 from Elena Barkley because we're trying to sweeten the pot to maybe have her spend some time in the spring with us.
Well,
and so
I think she might help you.
And if her just getting to pepper Coach Johnson with volleyballs is sweetens the pot, we're all in.
Now, does that mean she's going to pole vault a little bit? Because I'll take more hits if we're going to get another pole vaulter out of this.
Well,
Kinley's already a high jumper.
That's right. You're going to have to do some negotiating there with Elena.
Well, I've tried to return a few of those serves, and the answer is minimal. I may not. Maybe you'll get lucky. One will bounce off your forehead or something, but you won't get many.
No, I think my best option is to play up here on the net. I'm tall. I can still jump a little bit. You said it. I can probably bring a spike down.
Yep. So we do a
back line is not going to be my spot.
Stay away from there. We do a Shag Daddy tournament in the spring. It's the girls and their dads, and it's a lot of fun. Coach Collins puts that on for us. And by the end of the tournament, the dads pretty much get told, just stay out of the way. Just get out of the way.
Another nice volley here by both teams.
And that one's going to be just a little bit long. As Lebanon's come out here coaching this second game, ripped off 5 quick ones to be up by 4 here, and we see a quick timeout and kind of that momentum killer timeout.
And the one thing I'll say about this, I'm going to guarantee you that Coach Redmond here has watched more volleyball in a matter of 1 year than we've watched in our entire life. And I totally understand that. I've probably watched more dance than he has.
Yes.
And so.
Although I was a dance dad once too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling I'm long from being done with that, which is perfectly fine. But what I will say, if we talk about the timeout, the strategy part of the timeout in volleyball, probably more than any other sport, is more a momentum killer.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. This is such a momentum sport, and it doesn't matter who you are and what your record is. When you get momentum on your side, it's just going to roll, and it's tough to stop. It's tough to break that momentum, and so that timeout's pretty handy sometimes.
Cadence Buttram back to serve there, gets it across. Waynesville returns it, but Lebanon sneaks it across there. Pushes the lead right now 6-1 here in game number 2. That'll keep Buttram back at serve.
Matt, just real quickly here, something we had talked about in our first game against Carthage that I got confirmation of after the game. We talked about our line judges, and we were pretty sure that the Carthage line judge was their bus driver.
Yes.
I got confirmation that it was their bus driver.
All right, I'm just interested in how did you get that confirmed?
Well, I did some asking around. Once we got
Coach,
off
did you take the day off and drive to Carthage?
I did. I went down to the coffee shop there in Carthage downtown.
You started pulling up video on your phone.
That's
going,
right.
do you know this guy? I need to talk with this guy.
Coach, we got us a check-in from Texas here. I'm going to guess that's some kin from
I'm going to guess that. Well,
Coach Redmond may know.
Coach Redmond doesn't have his glasses and he can't see.
Hold on, Coach Redmond.
I've got it. I'm guessing that is Cadence Buttram, a relation to Cadence.
Well, I didn't know if maybe they're.
I'm not for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
If you need reading glasses, I have recently joined the club.
Oh, yeah. 40th birthday, I joined the club big time.
Well, see, that's what Coach Rawlings said. When mine happened at 46.
Okay.
But I'm still a little bitter about it.
Of course, I don't think he could really see from 40 to 46.
Well,
he just didn't know.
If you made it to 46, you're lucky.
I do think that maybe it was going before then, because as I've used those to grade papers, I can grade a lot faster all of a sudden because I can see.
Well, Lowe's sells a 3-pack of reading glasses, and they are fantastic.
I special ordered mine from Foster Grant.
Oh, okay. Well, I shop at Lowe's, so.
Well, I was going to say, mine are just some cheap ones I picked up at Walmart, but I got a bunch of pairs so that I keep one in the classroom, keep one in my backpack, have them at the house.
Well, Foster Grant came after about 10 years of the others. So.
Sure, I understand.
Woo! What a hit right there. Senior Addie Redmond lays that one down. Taylor Miller does everything she can to return it. I don't think I'd want to get in front of that one. I'd spent the afternoon at the dentist. I don't think I'd want to go back.
Oh.
Nice strong hit right there for the Lady Yellowjackets. And, Coach, that pushes it to a 9-point edge.
I think me being up here with you guys might be our good luck charm. You guys are going to kick me out.
Yeah, I think that microphone, something's going wrong with it.
Although I just jinxed it. Dadgummit. Coach Rawlings, you jinxed 1 minute ago, and now I just did it.
Durbin not able to dig that one out, so the point and side out will move over to Waynesville. I believe that's going to put Elena Barkley back to serve for the Tigers. Barkley gets that one across. Redmond dig. Set to the near side. Geddes to Mulholland. At the net, Kinley Barkley. Lebanon returns it well. Another nice volley here. Redmond gets that one up.
Puts that one away. Well, I've already done my jinx for the day. I actually had a chance to sit down. NHL season kicks off today. The Blues are playing in Seattle. Turn it on. No score after a period. Seattle scores 2 quick ones. I turn it off, and the Blues come back and win 3-2.
There you go. Your magic is working.
Well, and Coach Rawlings, you saw the Academic Week fundraiser down there in the lobby.
Yes.
Some fancy seats to one of the Blues games.
That's right.
A raffle they're doing down there.
I think the raffle, you got all the way till the first part of January to buy your tickets, and then they're going to raffle off some seats.
Can I get in on that, or is that a Waynesville thing?
Nope, you can get in on that. I got a feeling Academic Week will take anybody's money. I don't know.
Academic Week honoring the scholars and the different things here at the high school. Eric Thornburg puts that together, does a really nice job.
Well, I haven't been to a Blues game in a while. My wife got us tickets for Christmas, not last year, maybe the year before, and I went a lot when I was young. Man, there's nothing better. Nothing better than live hockey.
I went a lot when I was younger, too, because the prices have gotten a little bit steeper.
Afford it.
The last time I went to see the Blues, special guest that night, the St. Louis Blues, and bobblehead for that night was 16-time world heavyweight champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Perfect.
So point inside out back to Lebanon. It's going to be Helton back, the libero for Lebanon.
Oh.
Mansapit not able to handle that one. That'll keep Helton at serve as the Lady Yellowjackets of Lebanon have opened this up to a 12-point edge here in game number 2. Helton gets it across. Barkley, Mansapit sets right in the middle, and Taylor Miller's going to push that one down. Durbin makes a nice diving effort right there, but not able to do anything with that one. That'll push it back, and Kinley Barkley will be at serve for the Lady Tigers. Nice strong serve. Dug out by Helton. Addie Redmond, woo! Some heat on that one. Set to the near corner. Just pushed across there by Mulholland. Now set up top. Kinley Barkley with another nice dig on that back row. Miller across. Durbin back set right here. Lady Tigers keeping it alive. A little free ball over to Lebanon. Oh! That little quick push right at the net. It's going to be Misty Mizell with that quick tip right there just over that front line.
That was Morgan Durbin. Come on. Come on, Coach Johnson. Come on, Coach Johnson. 33, Morgan Durbin, our setter. Just passed 1,000 assists not too long ago.
So that's the kind of information we don't have, Matt.
And as we were talking with Coach Barkley here before we came on tonight,
Coach Barkley, the football coach.
Mr. Coach Barkley.
Coach
I was
Barkley.
like, you were shaking your head. Yes, we did. We talked to him. Don't deny this.
Well, it's a little
because
confusing
I know some
here.
of your stories, Coach Rawlings, you never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
I'll tell you something. I've got a feeling tomorrow at PLC I'm going to get a lot of people come visit me wanting to know about a story, and I'm going to blame that on the Admiral, Dr. Witt, over here.
Yeah. I have a feeling there's going to be some people wanting to know that come ask me about that story. And the problem is I don't want to sit there and tell that story, but I'm going to have to because I know the version of the story you tell isn't going to be the true story of that.
Write it down.
Wait just a minute.
Yeah, maybe I should just do a reply all to Dr. Witt's email. And
I don't know what you're accusing me of.
Of you not letting the truth get in the way of having a good story. That's exactly what I'm accusing you of.
Oh.
Woo! Addie Redmond with some heat on that one as that one's going to go down and push it to an 11-point edge here for the Lady Yellowjackets.
I'm just so very happy, though, that I've been able to share the story of the Battle of Halfway with a lot more of our students.
As if our job as history teachers isn't hard enough without you making up and teaching fake history. And I think a big part of it is it's about the confidence you tell the story with.
You got to believe it.
if you tell a story that confident, it's hard to believe it's made up.
Well, Matt, to quote George Costanza, it's not a lie if you believe it.
No, it's still a lie. That's been researched and documented. That is still, in fact, a lie.
I heard some advice just a couple weeks ago in Columbus, Kansas, that never be afraid to embellish a good story.
That's right.
Well, there's a difference between an embellishment and just making it up from the word go and it being entirely false.
Oh, there's got to be a seed of truth in there somewhere.
I think the only truth in the entire story is that it revolves around the towns of Buffalo, Bolivar, and Halfway. Those are real places.
You know what? A lot of our
everything else in the entire story is made up in a lie.
A lot of our fine Waynesville students were given extra credit on a test because they listened to me.
Oh.
And some of our fine students, like Sitlali Arzabella of the volleyball team, was upset that she didn't listen to me.
All right, so it's going to be Waterman back to serve once more for Lebanon. Lebanon holding on to a 20-7 edge here in game number 2. Kinley Barkley on that back row. Mansipit sets the near side. Elena Barkley puts it down strong. And looks like checking into the game is going to be number 29, Jayla Geddes for Waynesville. Looks like Jaylee is going to be moving back to serve. That one going to be just out of bounds right there.
There's I heard a little grunt from a dad there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Understandable.
Woo!
That one.
Hard hammer coming
away,
down right
yes.
there. Lady Tigers get their hands up right there and get a block, but it's going to be out of bounds off of the Tigers. Checking into the game for Lebanon. Looks like that's going to be number 31.
Liv Almond.
Liv Almond. All right, she's a little farther down on my roster there.
Yep, she's our freshman sensation here.
So a little preview of the future.
Yeah. It's not bad when you can roll out a 6'2" freshman.
I was going to say, Coach, she going to be a partner in high jump later on this spring?
I'm working on it. Got a couple girls out here on this volleyball team that I'm working on just a little bit. Most of these girls run for us in one way or another.
Well, we're kind of in the exact same boat.
Yep.
We had quite a few that contribute to the track program. Well, we're kind of mirroring it too because, we've got a freshman out there playing a key role for the Waynesville Lady Tigers too.
Yep. Liv stepped in and done a great job for us.
Buttram back to serve. That one's going to be a little low. Lebanon still holding on to a 13-point edge here, 23-10 in game number 2. And that's going to push Madison Mulholland back to serve for the Lady Tigers. We'll set to the middle right there. Mansipit digs it out for Waynesville.
Oh!
A little tip across over for Barkley, but Lebanon gets up high on the block right there, and so it's going to be game point here for the Lady Yellowjackets. And getting another sub for Lebanon. It's going to be number 18, Missy Mizell, checking into the game. Woo.
Nice shot.
Kinley Barkley put some heat down on that one.
Recognize her from the track in the high jump area, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
Stay on your feet.
Excited to get her. Kinley, it all started clicking just a little bit more toward the end of last season. Excited to see what she does this spring at the high jump.
Elena Barkley back to serve there. Set and Redmond strong across right there, but the Lady Tigers able to corral that one. Little block at the net. Lady Tigers still keeping it alive.
Still going.
And that's going to be into the top of the net and down. So, Coach, that's going to bring us to the end of game number 2. Lebanon takes number 2, 25-12.
So we're all knotted up at 1. Matt, you know what that means it's time for?
A TTSN Sports Update?
It's time for a TTSN Sports Update. This TTSN Sports Update is brought to you by the TigerTV Facebook page, TigerTV Facebook. For all the news, it is news. Right here in Tiger Town.
Scared me, guys. Scared me. Got to warn
Matt,
me first.
You know who likes Tiger TV Facebook page?
Millions of people, Coach Rollins.
Millions of people. This guy loves it, and this guy needs to be talked about tonight.
Oh. Ricky Schroeder.
Could have been, not who I'm going with right now. Coach Chase.
Sometimes, Coach, you just got to go.
out?
Yeah, you got to go big because
I'm
Coach
gonna
Rollins
guess-
isn't a halfway kind of guy.
No.
Coach Redmond hasn't heard this story yet, but this is one of the greatest Waynesville Tiger stories that I know. But our guy we're going to talk about tonight is Mr. Chase Dendecker. Coach Dendecker last week, a week ago Friday night, had quite the experience as he was driving trainer Nikki to Springfield to have their baby girl, and trainer Nikki said, "You need to pull this thing over." And Coach Dendecker, in the middle of nowhere, exit 107 between Lebanon and Springfield, delivered his healthy little baby girl right there along the side of the road.
No way.
That is exactly what was going on. So we want to say congratulations out to trainer Nikki and Chase, and what a story.
Absolutely.
What a story.
That's one that will be told many, many times, and it will never get old.
I'm going to tell you, when I got the text Saturday morning from trainer Nikki, and she's telling me this, I'm going, she's setting me up for something. I'm getting set up because it sounded so unbelievable. It took a little bit before she convinced me that, oh my gosh, this really happened. And what a job, Dad. What a job.
Absolutely.
That's
Of course,
impressive.
I had heard, now I haven't heard this directly from him, but that just talking about being prepared for anything, that he gives a lot of credit back to his middle school basketball coaches for preparing him for life.
For anything.
Just you never know what's going to come, that all the way back to his middle school basketball coaches, he's been prepared.
The first thing I said is when you can do that, I think you're lifetime certified in like health, safety, CPR, and all that stuff. You don't have to go back and do any of that recertification.
Absolutely.
You can pull that off, you're good. Now, I don't know that the Red Cross is going to agree with me on that.
No, I think you're still going to have to take that class.
Should at least exempt you from all professional development at school.
I want
At least. Nothing else.
Well, I guess in theory it will, because Chase probably won't be with us Monday.
No, he'll
part
probably
of
still
PD
be
Day.
on paternity break there.
Yes.
All right, we're back to action here in game number 3. But, yes, an exciting arrival, but glad to have another healthy little Tiger in the fold.
Yeah, little Millie was healthy. Trainer Nikki came through it healthy.
Great.
All right, so the Lady Tigers get on the board first here. Side out and point comes over to Waynesville as Madison Mulholland's back to serve. Little set to Redmond. She gets it over that front line and down, and it's going to knot us up at 1.
Anybody from Lebanon's going to probably catch you tomorrow and go, is that story really true?
Well, after hearing about all your embellishments and the stories of the Battle of Halfway or whatever it was, it's
that's
hard to
not
take
a thing,
anything you
but-
say serious.
But this one,
This
the
one
story
is.
about Coach Dendecker is true. Nice effort right there by number 6 for Lebanon. Coach.
Kaylee Uter.
Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry. Kaylee Uter gets it down, tries to save that one, not able to do it, so the side out and point comes back to the Lady Tigers. Save on that back line there for Elena Barkley. And just a free ball pushed across. Lebanon to set at the net. Mulholland able to dig. Taylor Miller keeps it alive. Kinley Barkley looking for the corner. And Redmond, woo. Checking back into the game for the Lady Yellowjackets. It's going to be number 18, Missy Mizell.
And we want to say congratulations out, checking in, joining us at volleyball tonight, Miss Chelsea Hunt, who just had her baby here,
Just a few weeks
Just
ago, I
3
believe
weeks ago?
and I believe that was on Chelsea's birthday. So her and her new youngin are going to share a birthday, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, and Chelsea now has figured out all the money she could have saved knowing Chase. Chase could have just come and taken care of things.
Whoa. I don't know that Chase is going to want us, like, renting him out as a midwife or anything.
That does not sound like a business opportunity he's going to want to look into.
Yeah, I think we better check with Chase
okay,
before
we'll check
we do
with
that.
Chase before we do that.
But we did coach other middle school basketball players that are probably prepared for success.
Well, that's true.
Well, I don't know how you guys find time to do it. You've generally got pretty good basketball teams. You coach them well there, and then you're teaching them how to birth babies and who knows what else. Probably change tires on their trucks, and who knows.
Woo. Well, we're a full-service program.
Yep, that's good.
Well, I wish I had known we had trained them to do tires because I had to get mine rotated the other day, and I'd rather not paid for that. If we were going to teach them that, we could practice that out in the parking lot on my truck. Nice block at the net right there for the Lady Tigers. I think Callie McCall gets up with that one. Her and Miller over on that far side right there. And so that's going to push Mansipit back to serve for Waynesville. All knotted up at 4 here in game number 3. Nice strong serve right there.
Just tuning in. Waynesville, here we are at game 3, but Waynesville with 1 game and Lebanon with the game. So we're all knotted up here at that too. Timing is everything, Matt. As the Dindecker family had just tuned in just in time to hear that story.
Yeah, I'm interested to hear Chase's take on you hiring him out as a midwife.
Well, I've got the pleasure to visit with trainer Nikki in the past, and congratulations.
Coach, you hear the foghorn
yes,
sounding.
there it is. The foghorns are sounding coming through the TTSN sports booth. As the Admiral has joined us up here in the sports
Admiral
suite.
is in the sports suite. Hey, I'm not the one up here on air trying to hire Chase Dindecker out as a midwife.
Could you guys possibly also clarify that Chase and Nikki are married? It's not a random occurrence.
Okay, the Admiral would like for us to clarify that Chase Dindecker is married to Nikki Dindecker, that he didn't just randomly deliver a baby along the side of the road.
Boy, what would the odds be, though? Like if you pulled over to help someone with the last name Dindecker?
Right?
Got to be astronomical.
Astronomical.
Lastly, did you know he asked to put on gloves before he did it?
Did not know that.
Well, he's a professional, Mike.
Well, he is. We trained him in junior high to do this. I mean,
I may be part of history here today.
All right, that's going to put Addie Redmond back to serve for Lebanon. Lebanon holding on to a 3-point edge here. Taylor Miller at the net gets it across, but that's going to be pushed down by the freshman over there. And we're going to have a timeout, Waynesville.
and again, I think you see Coach Barkley down there talking to the girls. I think this, Lebanon's went on a 4-point run here. Would set back, try to break a little bit of that momentum.
Well, and the start out game number 3 here been very back and forth. 1-point edge. Lebanon scores 2. Waynesville scores 2. Right back and forth. But as you said, Lebanon goes on a 4-point run right there. Just slow it down, try and break that momentum.
Or not. Opposing viewpoints here.
This may be the first time in the history of the TTSN Sports Network that we've had like an opposing viewpoint on here. This is
well, it doesn't feel as confrontational. Like if we just grabbed a random person at most sporting events, I don't think it's going to go that well. But because we know and love Shane Redmond, it's a friendly debate. It's how politics used to be.
That's right. It's how it should be.
No, I agree completely.
And I have nothing but love for Waynesville. They are by far my second favorite school.
And Shane, one of your longtime Waynesville friends is checking in, asking us a question. Coach Lucas Smith would like to know who the Admiral is, Matt. He was
the Admiral of the ship.
The Admiral of the ship.
Dr. Jason Witt.
The guy that leads this ship that we call Waynesville High School. Now, since Dr. Witt's not listening right at this moment, I've got a feeling that Lucas is going to use that maybe at DLT or some
I definitely think he could.
Opportune time.
Now, Lucas may need to know like the scheme of ranks because Mrs. Hillary Bales is the fleet admiral.
Yes.
She's in charge of all of the ships.
We did a whole broadcast on that.
Yeah, we had to sort out our hierarchies and make sure we weren't misranking anyone.
And it was amazing the audience participation we had that night on explaining all this to us.
It's one thing I love about your broadcast. There is no dead air.
All right, Kinley Barkley gets that one across for the Tigers. Tipped it to the line, kept alive. Taylor Miller, nice block right there on the front line by Lebanon. Taylor Miller once more across, this time dug out on that back line. Still alive. Mulholland, nice little thought for the corner right there.
Ooh, nice dig there by Elena Barkley.
Block right there by Callie McCall. This one's going to be right at the net, and great volley on both sides of the court right there, and the right pink team comes away with the point.
And Tigers rolling off 5 points in a row to take the lead.
There's that momentum.
Oh, what a job to keep that one alive right there by the Lady Yellowjackets. Back set to Callie McCall. Coming across the court just a little bit hard on that one.
Coach Darnez Stokes checking in with us.
Reigning TTSN Sports Fan of the Year right there. Back set right there. Taylor Miller just tips across. Blocked at the net, still alive. Barkley pushes it across, set to the middle, and this one's going to be out.
Coach, I wouldn't be surprised to see Darnez maybe live in person down here Friday night with Nixa rolling into town.
It's a good football team.
And we've talked about it a little bit before, Coach Redmond. Of course, you make the rounds in track all spring like we do. The young man on that offensive line for Nixa can really throw that shot put.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. When you've got to add 10 or 15 feet to the sector at the state track meet, you know you got a kid that can put one out there.
Well, we had to move a whole lot of stuff out here to protect our concrete in a spot that when we built it, never even crossed my mind that would be in play. It's amazing. I knew there was going to be some issues over there about 3 o'clock during sectionals, so I thought I might as well just make my way over to the throws and make sure that everything was going good. And it just happened to be about the time Mr. Cantwell was throwing that.
Well, what a coincidence. He is fun to watch.
Ooh. Hammered down right there by the Lady Tigers. Uter everything she can to try and get that one, but that ball was moving quickly. And that's going to send Jaylee Geddes back to serve here, all knotted up at 12 in game number 2. Taylor Miller hammers it down. Lebanon gets a hand on it, but it's going to be out of bounds off of the Lady Yellowjackets, so the Lady Tigers take the 1-point edge here, 13-12. That'll keep Geddes back at serve for Waynesville. Little back set here to the near corner. Nice block by Elena Barkley up front. And second nice block by Barkley right there on that front row. And we're going to get a timeout by the Lebanon Yellowjackets.
Coach, I had looked ahead and thought there might be that possibility that we might be able to have a guest Friday night on air, but I don't think it's probably going to work out that way as Mizzou plays at UMass on Saturday, so I kind of doubt that Coach Drinkwitz is going to make a drive down to Waynesville Friday night before he flies out.
I think he's probably
going
to be busy.
He's going to be a little busy. I know he's made that trip to Nixa and a few other places, and I thought, you know, if we had Coach Redmond tonight and then we had Coach Drinkowitz with us on Friday night, wow.
Drinkowitz showed up to Nixa in a helicopter apparently, made a few laps around town. I did not do that tonight. I did make a stop at Ruby Tuesdays.
There you go.
All right, coming out of the timeout.
Now I'm hungry.
They
Here in
sponsor.
game number 3.
They sponsor.
Waynesville
Well, no, they're
holding
not,
on to
but
a
I'm still
2-point
hungry.
edge. Getty's still back at serve. A little quick tip. Lady Tigers able to get that one up and back across. Set to that top corner right there.
Calling a redo on that one.
Okay. And
Well, I was looking to the referees for a call, and they were just staring at each other blankly. So I kind of thought we might get a replay there.
one of, if not the only sport that you can actually get that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do that again.
When you ask for volunteers out of the crowd to be officials on the lines, it's bound to happen from time to time. I don't know that there's another sport where that happens.
No, but I think there's a lot of sports where people would really like to step out and help out like that.
Oh,
Well,
I hear a
in-
lot of officials
Yeah.
for sure.
The other day, I was able to step out and watch in the afternoon after school, watch our Lady Tiger tennis team play out here under direction of Coach Kayla Wilson. And I found it interesting that there's not an official on the court, that the young ladies or the young men in the spring, they call it the games themselves. I thought, well, we see them. You stood in volleyball, you ask for a couple volunteers. Wondered if maybe the same thing wouldn't happen in tennis, but.
Coach, we got something going on here. Coach Redmond may be able to help us out with. I don't know.
I'm not for sure. I'm not for sure what's. It's embarrassing that I looked away for just a second. I'm not sure what that clarification was, but the captain on the team's the only one allowed to talk to the official. So they get to go over there and get looked down on by that up official.
Set. Oh, Addie Redmond comes strong to the net right there.
Whatever it was, she was angry about that answer and took it out on the volleyball right there.
I wish he'd just tell her what she wanted to hear next time. That's going to tie us up at 14 here. A little back set right there to Madison Mulholland. She comes across the court. Lady Tigers thought that one was tipped. But
Well, we've our volunteer official from the stands over here, I think, thought that was out. So,
It's not an easy job.
no, it's not. I've always thought that it's one of those things that volleyball team could do as a fundraiser, is sell tickets, get Drew out, and you could be the person that gets called out of the crowd to come out and officiate.
see, I thought the other side of it, Coach Redmond, the more you pay, the more likely it is that you don't have to go do it.
Right. Well, we had sign-ups this year. We signed up for line judging and at our parent meeting, and my wife took care of that for us. And my name didn't get put on the list once, so apparently I've been fired as line judge.
Coach
Well,
Johnson, that was your serve right there, right off the top of the net.
I love that. I think we should coach that. Of course,
Again,
if you had that pinpoint accuracy to do that every time, you're probably like playing in a professional league somewhere.
Oh,
Woo, Addie Redmond hammers that one down from the far side. And that's going to knot us up at 16, Coach. This second one's just back and forth, back and forth. It's going to be Buttram back to serve for Lebanon. Kinley Barkley digs it out. Jaylee sets it right back. Kinley looking to go right over that front row. Lebanon sniffs that one out. That one's going to be out on the far side. That's going to push Elena Barkley back to serve for Waynesville. Oh, into the top of the net and falls down on our side, Coach. So right back to 17 we go. That's going to be Durbin back to serve for Lebanon. So point falls with the Lady Yellowjackets there. Durbin once more. Mulholland digs it out on the back. Taylor Miller coming to the net, but blocked up well.
Nope, fell on our side.
That's going to go to the Lady Tigers. And, Coach, that's going to put Mansipit Zeta back to serve here for the Lady Tigers. Tied up at 18. That one's going to be just a little wide here. Off the Lady Yellowjackets. And we're going to get another timeout here. This one going to be by the Lebanon Yellowjackets, with the Waynesville Tigers holding a 1-point edge, 19-18. Coach, is kind of like that first game, back and forth, back and forth.
Yep, it's a close one. Neither team can seize that momentum.
Well, and really, you got to think, we talk about how much of a game of momentum this is. Third game's got to be pretty important, giving you that 2-game edge. Of course, we were talking during the first game. We had Carthage here last week or the week before. Lady Tigers dropped the first 2 games pretty handily, and just claw back and forth, force a game 5. So we know you can do it, but boy, it's a lot easier when you've got that 2-game edge looking for one more.
Yep, that's an uphill battle. It can be done. I've seen it done a lot of times, but it's an uphill battle.
So Mansipit will be back to serve still for the Lady Tigers.
well, and Coach Redmond may not have, our last broadcast, I don't know that you guys were probably playing somewhere while that was going on. Carthage got us down 2-0. And fought back, got the next 2.
Coach Redmond, I don't think he was listening while we.
Is that what you were just explaining? I wasn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was preparing something else over here. So.
He was hard at work.
It's almost like what you and me say doesn't even matter around here.
That's pretty normal. He has a coaches meeting at his track meets, and I bring something up, and it just never happens.
I'm glad to know I'm not the only one.
Oh, actually, that lapse there was from not being prepared today. I was trying to get prepared, so.
All right, Lady Tigers holding a 1-point edge here, and game number 3. Kinley Barkley gets it across. That's going to be out of bounds. Point will go to Waynesville. And Coach, obviously we've both moved to the COC together this year, getting to see a lot of teams that in most of the sports. Of course, in the spring we see a lot of the COC schools at different track meets, but don't really see them ever in football and volleyball and the different things. And I'm sure you've noticed as well as I have this year some longer bus rides.
A little bit longer road trips this year. I've got a son that's playing football, and it feels like the 2 schedules kind of mirror each other, that we're on the road Thursday night with volleyball and then right back in the same place on a Friday night for football. It's felt like several times we made back-to-back trips to Joplin and a few other places. It's a little bit longer road trips, but it's been good to see some other schools. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
It has. probably the one down point to all this is the fact that some of the trips are a little bit longer, and on school nights,
Yeah.
it gets into affecting that a little bit.
Ooh. Nice strong hit there by Taylor Miller, but that one's going to go just a little bit long and going to cut it to a 1-point edge here.
And I know we've had conversations. When you get to, especially the individual sports, it's really not going to affect us schedule-wise, I know.
No, it has an effect. In fact, I've been, as you know, Coach Rollins, working on my track schedule these last couple days, and it's had no effect whatsoever.
And with and just like Matt said, what we're going to see is we're going to see everybody anyway.
Yeah.
Well, and it obviously in matchups like this where you're playing one school, but we go to a track meet, you go to a big meet like Hillcrest in Springfield, and you see 40 schools.
Yeah.
All of those COC schools are already there.
Right.
And point inside out to go to Lebanon. So Waynesville holding on to a 1-point edge here, 23-23 or 22 as we get to the end of game number 3 here. Taylor Miller set to the middle. Barkley just tips that one across. Redmond up high. Taylor Miller once more. Nice little dig right there. Third time's the charm, Coach.
Yeah, it is. It's going to knot us up here at 23.
And we're going to get a timeout by the Waynesville Tigers. Got to win by 2, Coach. This one may go a little while here as we've seen it just kind of tip back and forth. 1-point edge here, 1-point edge here. At some point, somebody's got to get 2.
Somebody's got to get ahead by 2.
And Coach Rawling, while you were busy doing your work over here, we were talking about the importance of the game number 2 here.
Yes.
And this one becomes a big momentum. You really want this one. You can win the next 2 to get your 3, but it's going to be a whole lot easier when you just got to win one of those next 2.
Well, and you win this one, you also carry that momentum in.
Right.
That's
That's one of the points we need right there.
Yep, that's one.
Jaylee Getty sets Elena Barkley right in the middle, and she puts it down with authority. Madison Mulholland back to serve for the Lady Tigers, looking for 1 point right here. And the Lady Tigers are going to get it.
Lady Tigers take game 3, 25-23. Matt, you know what that means it's time for?
TTSN Sports Update.
It's time for a TTSN Sports Update. This TTSN Sports Update is brought to you by the TigerTV Facebook page. TigerTV Facebook. For all the news, it is news. Right here in Tiger Town. Matt, you know who likes the TigerTV Facebook page? Hold on.
Okay, I'm
it's
holding
somebody
on.
that we've been remiss in not recognizing over the last couple weeks. I pointed out yesterday. I want to recognize her. I just cut you in half now. You got a better shot. Somebody that we need to recognize for everything she's done over the last couple weeks, 3, 4 weeks.
Oh, I feel like there's a lot of pressure here. Mrs. Naomi Austin.
Whoa, that's a good guess. It's not where I'm going, but that's a good guess. It's pointed out yesterday at steering by our good friend, Mr. Josh Mize, that as he was getting some credit for everything that was happened over homecoming the last 3 weeks with the dance and with the parade and with everything going on, he pointed out very clear just how important Miss Nancy Swick was to everything going off, as well as it did over and over again. Brought up the fact that I think you brought it up the other night on a football game, the fishing trip coming up and some other things that Student Government Association had so much going on with homecoming and still added on some events. Come back that next week, or during all that, the blood drive. the fishing trip with Special Olympics and stuff. And he wanted to make sure Nancy was recognized last night, so I thought, we need to go back and do that same thing tonight on the TTSN Sports Network.
Yeah, just fantastic homecoming week. You talked about all the activities and the excitement, just something about those homecoming feelings and parades. And, Coach, I know it's the same way down the road at Lebanon. And you get to see people coming back in. It just there's something special about those weeks.
For sure. Ours is next week. I think next weekend is our homecoming. So excited for that. It's always a big deal with same thing here with the parade and everything else that happens and that centers around that time of year.
Well, and our guys, Josh and Nancy, both got through a curveball there toward the end of the week as everything's planned for outside for during the day of homecoming, and you have to totally make the shift and get it put in here and then turn around on Saturday and go from the dance being in the cafeteria but having so many kids, it had to be shifted to the main gymnasium.
Yeah, the last number I heard was somewhere, Coach, in the range of 900 that night for the dance?
Yes. I think it was 927 or something like that was the official number, maybe.
That's a lot of humans for a high school dance.
It's a lot of kids dancing.
But a fun time was had by all, was the report that I got from my freshmen. And Coach, we got another check-in from the road home tonight. Looks like Coach Rochelle Mabach checking in with us. It's our Lady Softball Tigers.
That's right. Thursday night, Matt, right up here at the Tiger Sports Complex. Lady Tigers softball be taking on Central. Springfield Central will be rolling into town. You don't have plans on Thursday night? You come on out here. The weather's supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to warm up again this weekend, but boy, this week's been a nice little breath of fresh air.
It's been nice.
Well, it almost makes you think fall's here.
Well, you would almost think it's stepping out the door this morning. As I got in the truck to head to work, it had that nice, cool feeling and didn't get near as warm. We were up at Camdenton, up at Ha Ha Tonka this last weekend for cross country. And by the time the JV girls ran, it was pretty warm. I'm going to guess it was about 88 by the time they ran. It did not feel like fall.
Well, and getting that hot on Friday, we're past the time that we worry about heat and extra breaks and everything.
The extra water breaks.
They're talking. Corey Ace was just walking on. He was walking on sunshine today. He was so excited because he thinks we're going to have mission water breaks maybe on Friday night. You know how much Corey loves water.
There's no one that loves water more than Corey Ace. And I don't know how you guys handle it, Coach Redmond, down at Lebanon, if you have a district director, kind of a water hydration coordinator position, or
we don't, but I feel like we need one after hearing the kind of job that Coach Ace does.
Well, I don't want to get your hopes up, Coach Redmond. I think that may be in the future because I know from talking with Corey how many times Coach Will Christian has called him with questions about water.
Yep.
Well, and I even brought him into my history classes a few years ago. Was it 3 years ago when he was doing the speaking tour with the history of water?
The history of water.
And just going from ancient civilizations, it was 45 minutes, and I would think that Corey Ace could have talked for hours.
Well, if you remember, I tried to book him to come to my classroom.
And it's just hard. He's all over the nation talking about water.
Got a scoreboard error, apparently.
Yeah, got that adjusted. Lebanon holding on to a 2-point edge here, 4-2. Game number 4 is Eddie Redmond lets that one go from a ways back right there, and whoo. That's definitely not the one I'd want to get in front of right there.
She learned that from her mom.
Kinley Barkley, nice little move right there, trying to push it over that front line. Set to the top right there. Lady Tigers get up, try and put a block, but not able to get that one down. And that's going to move Redmond back to serve for the Lady Yellowjackets, holding on to a 4-point edge now. 6-2 here in game number 4. And that one going to be just a little wide off the hand of Taylor Miller.
We're going to get a timeout by Coach Barkley and the Lady Tigers. Matt, while we got this timeout, we want to recognize our students tonight working the broadcast for us under the direction of the incomparable,
the illustrious,
the illuminal
Tim Wallace.
And again, you see all the video at home and everything that goes into this. If you come down, they've been down here working since school was out, getting things set up. And, you know, Matt, me and you, and Coach Redmond and I we just roll in. Coach Redmond rolled in from 30 miles away and put the headset on, and we just get to sit up here and talk about the game. Probably not much different than if the three of us were sitting in the stands down here talking about the game. And our students tonight, we've got Jason Bell, Jaden Gillian, and Manny Jones. We got three students tonight working a whole lot of area tonight to bring this home to you. As you see right up there in the corner inside the TTSN sports trailer. You talk about making money. I think we could sell tickets to people to come out and tour the sports trailer.
Absolutely.
But again, absolutely fabulous job. They're going to keep, they're doing this tonight. They're going to turn around. They'll have a crew out there doing this again on Friday night. Tim does a great job. All the kids do a great job. And we want to send thanks out there for them doing it.
I know I can speak from a visitor standpoint, and with what we're doing at home now in Lebanon, that these broadcasts mean an awful lot to a lot of people. I know my mom and dad are at home watching your broadcast right now.
Well, and the last volleyball game we were on, we had the Barkley grandparents watching, and
from out in Kansas, of course with Coach Redmond, I know you guys have a lot of military in your community as well, but when parents are deployed overseas and just that little bit of home, can't be there at the game, but able to watch their children play live from anywhere in the world, just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, no, that's really neat.
Ooh, little back set down here we've seen Redmond come several times to that top corner. I think Waynesville maybe bleeding that way, setting up for the block on that top side. A little back set comes down here to this bottom corner. Nice job, and another point over to the Lady Yellowjackets.
And guys, we'd be remiss here if we didn't mention former Waynesville Lady Tiger assistant volleyball coach joining us tonight on the TTSN Sports Network, checking in from Pocahontas, Arkansas, Mr. Chris Pills.
How's retirement treating you?
Well, if you know Chris a little bit, retirement's a little different for him because he's working every day. So he's just, if I remember, well, I guess it was yesterday. Well, or would have been today. He was coaching a state qualifying golfer.
Okay.
In the state golf tournament down in Arkansas.
So retirement's suiting him about like it is the rest of us. We just can't get away from it, right?
Pretty much. That would be exactly right.
Ooh, nice strong hit right there on that top side, and that's going to be another point over for Lebanon. Going to open it up to a 7-point lead. It's going to be Uter checking back into the game for the Lady Yellowjackets. She'll move back to serve. That one going to be off the hands of the Lady Tigers right there. The Lady Yellowjackets lost a close one there in game number 3, Coach Rawlings, but they seem very locked in right here to start game number 4.
They very much do. Oh, nice shot there by Taylor Miller, hitting that back far corner.
And should move Miller back to serve. for the Lady Tigers.
Oh, that's going to be just long. Those of you just tuning in, we're in game 4. The Lady Tigers up 2-1 over the Lady Yellowjackets.
Nice dig right there by the Lady Tigers. Kinley Barkley diving save on that back row right there.
Oh! But the Lady Yellowjackets appear to want to play for game number 5.
Boy, those get exciting. I'd rather not get that exciting. Lena Barkley, strong hit. Nice block on that front line by Lebanon.
Whoa.
You going to say over the net there?
But
I think under the net maybe. Maybe a foot or leg came underneath the net there.
Mansipit sets to this bottom corner. Nice soft hit right there. Elena Barkley just putting it over the top of that front line, and Jaylee Getty's checking back into the game for Waynesville. She'll move back to serve. Set down here to the bottom, Taylor Miller. Nice job, Lebanon able to dig that one out, and just free ball across now for the Lady Tigers. Woo! Coming down on that one hard. Lena Barkley. Getty's back to serve once more.
point's going to go to Lebanon there.
Point and serve will stay. Keller back to serve once more for Lebanon. Taylor Miller comes forward right there, a little tip across. Tigers not going to be able to handle that one. And pushes it to a 10-point edge now for the Lady Yellowjackets, and we're going to get another timeout.
Yeah, Coach Barkley's wanting to use her final timeout here in game 4. Matt, we've got a little Waynesville Tiger sports action coming up the rest of the week. Soccer on Thursday is going to travel out to Lakeway. Not going to be a long bus ride to get out there to Lakeway.
No, we talked about some of those longer trips. That's going to be a little shorter.
That's about as short as it gets right there. Softball hosting Central here at the Tiger Sports Complex. Volleyball is going to be traveling down to Springfield to take on Glendale. Cross country is going to be headed down to Licking.
Heading down to Licking Thursday afternoon. I'm going to make the trip down there. I know this last week, Coach, you and I both made the ride up the road to watch the varsity girls, the varsity boys, and the JV boys. All three bring home first place up at Cuba last week.
We did. That's a very been to Cuba multiple times to that meet. It's always been held on the golf course. They held this one down in Hood Park with around it looked like a horse racing track had been there, but
yeah, I'm not sure what the PVC rail system.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Coach Redmond, you enjoyed watching Coach Rawlings. He was devising all sorts of ideas for what we could use. At one point he was pretty sure we needed it around the football field.
I can only imagine.
But all of them doing real well. Brooklyn Lurcher taking first place overall in the girls' race, and I was a little excited. It's funny how things work out. There weren't enough girls to run a separate JV girls division at Cuba, so the JV girls just ran as part of the varsity girls, and I've got a freshman running in the JV division right now, and was a little disappointed she wasn't going to get to run a race separately, and then lo and behold, she comes across as the fifth Waynesville girl runner to help score with the varsity team that night, so it worked out even better. But Coach Hahn and those cross-country Tigers putting in that work every day and meets almost every weekend. This weekend they're going to have Saturday off, but as you said, running Thursday down at Licking.
Then, Matt, next week, one of our annual events here in Waynesville, Stampede in the Park on the 18th.
I've got an excited fourth-grade Tiger at my house. He's been counting down the days to this.
Down at the City Park. Not sure exactly how many of those we've had. I know I remember when we started putting that together on a bus trip coming home from West Plains with TTSN Sports announcing Hall of Famer Travis Bohr was involved in that. And, folks, if you haven't been down to see that, you ought to come down and check that out, because there'll be about 300 or so 4th, 5th, and 6th graders down in the park running a mile. And
that would be a sight to behold.
Well, Landon was really excited because they were going to get a couple different runs to qualify, had to meet a qualifying time to get to go to the Stampede. And he hit that mark on the first run, on the first opportunity, so then just trying to lower that time on the next ones. But he been real fired up and excited, and can't wait to get down there next Friday and watch them all run. It's definitely an awesome event to see that many kids excited about running, all showing up down there. It's just a fantastic day. That one's going to be down and point for the Lady Tigers. Going to put Elena Barkley back to serve. Woo!
And we're going to have
going to be game point here for Lebanon, checking back into the game for the Lady Yellowjackets. Coach, that's number
Riley Jackson.
Yep. Going to be checking back in for the Lady Yellowjackets.
One of my long and triple jumpers.
Young lady we will see this spring.
Nice hustle there by Lebanon.
Oh, absolutely. Point side out will move over to Mansapit, Lady Tigers. And Coach, send a big hello out to another one of our favorite Dendeckers, Miss Jessica Dendecker, tuning in and watching with us tonight. Also related, we don't want to.
Yes,
we don't.
Sister.
This is going to be sister of Chase Dendecker. Yes. We don't want the Admiral to get upset that we're not announcing familial relations to the Dendecker family.
That's right.
My guess is Jess is probably checking in with us from down in the Dallas area tonight, would be my guess.
Unless she's up here visiting Millie.
Well, and that very well could be.
Oh, that's going to bring us to the end of Game 4.
Lebanon Coach, we're going to that all-exciting Game 5.
It is. Lebanon taking that game 25-13, knocking us up here 2 games each. Matt, you know what that means it's time for?
A final TTSN Sports Update.
It's time for a TTSN Sports Update. This TTSN Sports Update is brought to you by the TigerTV Facebook page. TigerTV Facebook. For all the news, it is news. Right here in Tiger Town. I'm out. This was tradition. I don't have one for this. If Coach Redmond has somebody that likes the Tiger TV Facebook page he wants to mention, he could do it. But it's hard preparing for this many.
Well, see, I figured you would go with a famous duo.
A famous Bonnie and Clyde.
Cagney and Lacey.
Rawlings and Johnson.
Aaron Neville and Linda Ronstadt.
Wow. Okay, that one wins.
Which one's which?
That one wins right there. We went through our schedule. Again, Friday night, we're going to be back on the air with Tiger football action as Nixa rolls into town. They'll be here at Tiger Stadium. Folks, don't stay at home and listen to us. Come on down here and support the Tigers. Future cheerleading night, I believe.
Oh, little cheerleaders.
Little cheerleaders are going to be invading Tiger Stadium. Boy, there ain't nothing like little cheerleader night. If you haven't experienced that, it's like the Stampede in the park on steroids, I'm telling you.
It is.
We've both rolled through little cheerleaders at one time or another. I do believe that's Friday night. You want to come out for that?
Coach, as we get into this game number 5, we'll remind those with us to 15. We're not going to 25 in game
That's
number
right.
5, so
Going
it's
to
going to be
15.
first one to 15.
Still got to win by 2.
And we've kind of seen a very nip-tuck game. We saw in the game number 2, Lebanon comes back and wins game number 2, 25-12, a little bit easier. Tigers win a close one in game 3. Lebanon takes it in game 4. And
So you're saying the pattern is
the pattern
is the Waynesville Tigers are winning the odd number games.
in close fashion. So if that holds true, we should.
This would be an odd number game.
We'd see this one go like 15-13, 16-14,
Yes.
something like that. Maybe take it to extra points just for dramatic purposes here in game number 5. Thought we had a question on lineups here, but I think we're good to go. And serving's going to start here for the Lady Tigers. That's going to be Jaylee Getty's back. That one's going to be a little bit long. Lebanon's going to get on the board first.
Coach, your good friend Mickey Murray joining us from out in Wyoming tonight. Mickey just checked in.
We'll check on the order here. So I believe we've got Waterman back to serve here for Lebanon. Barkley, nice strong hit on that front line right there. Zelena puts that one down and knots us up at 1. Should push Mulholland back to serve for Waynesville. Madison, nice strong serve across. Going to be set to that top corner right there. Addie Redmond puts that one down, and Coach, here we go. Nip tuck, 1 point, 1 point. So that's going to move Jalen Keller back to serve for the Lady Yellowjackets. Kinley Barkley from the back line moves up, puts that one down strong. Oh, that's that soft touch right across that front line. Everybody goes up for the block right there. Redmond plays that smart, a little soft touch over the top, and that's going to fall. It's going to give Lebanon a 3-1 edge here. Game number 5. Miller comes forward. Geddes keeps it alive, and Mulholland just going to push a free ball across. Set down here, Kinley Barkley off the top of the net, and that one's going to fall for the Waynesville Lady Tigers.
So Elena Barkley will be going back to serve. The Tigers down 3-2. Again, man, it gets to 15 so much quicker.
Oh, it does.
When you're used to that 25.
Redmond that time puts it down hard right in the middle and gives the 2-point edge to Lebanon. Checking back into the game is going to be number 18, Missy Mizell for the Lady Yellowjackets. It's going to push Durbin back to serve for the Lady Yellowjackets. Taylor Miller brings it hard off the hands and out of bounds. Checking back into the game for the Lady Tigers. Here's going to be number 33, Callie McCall. And that'll push Zeta back to serve for the Lady Tigers. Set to that top side. Addie Redmond
Not going to put it over softly that time, man.
No. Riley Jackson, number 16, checking back into the game for Lebanon. Should push Redmond back to serve for Lady Yellowjackets. And Coach, that's got to be hard to defend because that's that little soft touch on the front, or it's coming at you at approximately 197 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's you want to swing hard every time, but that's what you want to do. But there's a time and place for that tip for sure. It's a lot more fun to swing hard.
Yeah, we're going to get a timeout for Coach Barkley here. Another part of that, getting the 2 timeouts in a 15-point game definitely changes your strategy on how quickly you're going to call that timeout to
for sure.
change that momentum.
Oh, Coach Murray bringing up the election talk here. Coach Murray might have been in originally when we organized the Rawlings for President in 2036.
Oh, I think there's a good possibility he was involved on some level.
Why wait? Why wait till then?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure this was planned about 20 years ago from now. So we wanted to give Coach Rawlings some time. Of course, Coach Rawlings, we're fairly certain, has been campaigning since elementary school, middle school time frame. And you don't go anywhere in this entire country with Coach Rawlings that you don't bump into some random person that looks over and goes, "Well, Mike, how you doing?" and they'll visit and talk a little bit, and they'll walk off, and then Mike will explain, "Oh, I went to high school with this guy. I've been in a cornfield in middle of Illinois. I've been in an outlet mall in Las Vegas. I've gone all over this great country with Coach Rawlings, and invariably at some point we're going to run into someone he went to high school with." So I think it's part of his whole plan to really spread out support, knowing 2036 was the year.
Okay.
You know, Matt, I would have bet starting this day out that twice today us being in an outlet mall in Las Vegas would not be brought up.
No, I guarantee you. It never dawned on me that it would come up once, much less twice.
Yes.
Throughout the day. Of course, that's the excitement of life. It's a roller coaster, Coach Rawlings. You never know where this is going.
That is factually correct.
Callie McCall gets that one up and over, but a nice block on that front side by Lebanon. Coach, that's going to push a 4-point lead right now for the Lady Yellowjackets, up 8-4 here in the race to 15. Lady Tigers not able to dig that one out on the back line.
We're going to get – Coach Barkley's going to call her second time out here. I think she just wants now to get refocused here. You said 9-4 is totally different in a 15-point game than a 25-point
Oh, absolutely. Game. Absolutely. 5-point edge feels big right now, but as we talked about before, you can't – there's no 5-point play. You got to just chew it a point at a time. Focus on the point in front of you.
Well, I believe it was game 3, sitting at the exact same score. The Tigers rolled off 5 or 6 points.
Right.
Yep. So definitely one of those situations that we've been there. We just got to do what we know we can do. Coach Murray's starting to remember now.
Oh, see here, yeah, I did, and see, Coach Murray brings up things that I had forgotten. I had forgot about the bobbleheads that we've planned to make. Gosh, those have got to be those.
Oh,
what a save right there for Lebanon to get that one across.
Yes. Great play there by the Lady Yellowjackets.
Gosh, I hope that storage unit, have you been paying the rent on that storage unit?
No. It's up for auction, I believe.
Somebody's going to get a whole lot of Mike Rawlings bobbleheads that we paid to have created years ago.
And the Lady Yellowjackets with an 11-4 lead here.
Mansipit turns to Mulholland, pushed across. Set to the middle right there, and that one's going to be just a little bit long. And out of bounds off of the Lady Yellowjackets, so that point will go over. And, Coach, like what we talked about here, just a point at a time is really what you got to do. That'll push Taylor Miller back to serve for the Lady Tigers. That one's going to go into the net. And, Coach, it looks like another TTSN Sports Fan of the Year checking in right there. Miss Victoria Hooker joining us.
That serve's going to go long, so the service will come back to the Lady Tigers. Geddes will go back to serve. This would be the time. We've seen Jayla do this, get on a roll here and pick up some points multiple times. This would be a great time to do this.
She's done it here tonight, did it several times against the Carthage Lady Tigers the other night. They're going to say that one was just in.
Looked like a great call. Those are so close. It's
those
hard.
are so close, and from up here it's so hard to see.
Yeah. Well, it's hard for us to see now. In the officials' defense, she was right there. She had as good a look as anyone, so I'm going to guess she got that call right.
It's hard, and that ball just has to touch the line. It doesn't have to be in the court. It has to touch the line. There was another one just like it on the back line there.
Yes, that was the exact same thing. You could see it was not the call that was wanted to be made back there. But
Mr. Quick was not happy to have to stand right next to Coach Collins and make that call.
Whew. That one's going to be in. Kinley Barkley put some zip on that one.
Lady Tigers come back to within 5 here. Game 5, all knotted up, 2 games each.
So Mulholland will be back to serve for Waynesville. Off the top of the net, nice save right there for Redmond. Pushes it across. Kinley Barkley going to push the free ball across. And Redmond comes forward, puts that one down hard. The Lady Tigers get a hand on it, but that's going to be out of bounds. And, Coach, this is going to be game set, and match point.
For Lebanon here, up 14-8.
Strong hit right there by the Lady Tigers. Nice job of Lebanon to get it back. And
nice job by
Jaylee Geddes. That's that heads up, Coach, we talked about, and you said you want to bring that hammer every time. Sometimes just that little push hits the right hit, and it was right there.
Hit it where they're not.
Elena Barkley back to serve. Ooh, and that one's going to be in. That's going to bring us to the end tonight. The Lebanon Lady Yellowjackets come in here and take a 5-set victory over the Waynesville Lady Tigers. Some great volleyball action tonight that we saw. We want to thank Coach Shane Redmond from Lebanon joining us tonight here on the TTSN Sports Network. And we want to thank everybody else at home for joining us tonight. We'll be back on the air Friday night. Nixa rolls into town for varsity football action. For Matt Johnson, I'm Mike Rawlings, and we will see you back on the air Friday night.